Donald Trump signing another executive order stopping all U.S. aid to South Africa. Trump claims that's because land is being expropriated from white Afrikaans farmers, even though that's not true and no land has been expropriated without compensation being paid. Trump also says he wants to give Afrikaans people refugee status in the U.S. Professor John Stremlau is an honorary professor of international relations at Wits University. Prof, good morning to you. There are so many different things going on here. It's easy to forget, though, that we also, among all the other things South Africa has done recently, taken Israel to the International Court of Justice. Is the Israel situation a big part, perhaps, of what Trump is doing?
Stephen, you will know that America is a complicated place, and the Republicans claim 28% of the electorate, and the Democrats claim 38% of the electorate, and the swing vote of 43% is up for grabs every 4 years. And so Trump is not reflective of America, but he is the president of the United States and duly elected. I wish that they could have a government of national unity in the U.S., but they don't right now. And Trump is Trump, but his 506-word condemnation of South Africa, addressing egregious actions of the Republic of South Africa, I thought, my God, I don't know South Africa as egregious actions. And there is a misunderstanding, but Trump has never troubled himself with facts, Stephen. He lies like a rug, and he is very self-centered. And he's flooding the zone right now and creating a lot of distractions. And I hope, I've just been writing something about the G20 coming up, and I know that Marco Rubio has declined to refuse to participate for the same reasons that Trump gives in his executive order on land expropriation and the DEI in Congress, Congressly. But in any case, the G20 provides South Africa with an opportunity to reach out to the other powers and to talk about how you contain Trump.
And I mean, how do you contain Trump? And I don't know how you can really do that. I mean, to me as a South African, when Trump says he's against diversity, equity and inclusion, that is the very basis of our Constitution. It's the very basis of South Africa.
Of course, but he doesn't know any history, and he could care less. I can't believe that the American people reelected him for a second term narrowly, even though he lies about his sweeping victory. But they did, and so like Jacob Zuma, who Trevor Noah famously warned us, brothers of another mother, back in 2016. So that we're not unfamiliar with rebellious action on the part of frustrated voters in this country and in the United States. But the reality is that Cyril Ramaphosa is now running a government of national unity, multiracial, by the way, and Trump is Trump, and he's got to be contained. But he is flooding the zone with so many actions and so many distractions that I think South Africa would be wise to focus on the main challenge that it has this year, which is hosting the G20 Summit and all of the ancillary activities like the B20 meeting in Cape Town coming up, and just get on with it. And it's a big world out there, and Trump will be for the American public to come to terms with.
If you look at the situation around Trump, it's a very right-wing international agenda that he's pushing. Are we going to see a big realignment of international relations? Let me put it another way. The US is our second biggest trading partner, but China is our biggest. Now, if I were China, I would think this is a very good moment for South Africa to get a bit closer to us.
Well, you're touching on a sensitive subject with me. That is to say that Vladimir Putin is rubbing his hands, and Bibi Netanyahu is rubbing his hands, and Xi Jinping may be rubbing his hands, but he knows that he's got a problem on his own front, sustainable growth and development. And so therefore, he needs the relationship with the United States. And the United States is a complicated place. There's a lot of goodwill and a reservoir of goodwill, as I've tried to write in the U.S. for South Africa, and the Trump aberration is, I hope, an aberration. But that's for the Americans to come to terms with. But I think that you cannot think that Trump speaks for all Americans, nor is he going to last. He's already a lame duck. He can't change the Constitution. He doesn't have the support for changing the Constitution. And in fact, his flooding the zone is a sign of weakness, not strength.
That's an interesting point. In other words, he's moving so quickly while he still can.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Okay. So many things are going to happen, and our President Ramaphosa, has said we will not be bullied. There will probably be an economic cost to standing up to a bully.
Well, this egregious actions executive order already cuts the South Africa out of Goa, and at least for the time being, and the private sector will have to make its own determinations. But civil society is still civil society, and there are a lot of bridges between progressive forces in this country and progressive forces in the U.S. I don't want to exaggerate that, because government to government really is. We still are in a world of nation states, yes, but regimes change in democracies, and regimes will change. And I hope that Trump is not successful in consolidating his factional state capture, if you will, that is in the works. But that's going to take vigilance and opposition. But that's, again, an American problem.
Professor John Stremlau, thank you very much indeed. Really do appreciate the time today.